Okay, ready to go now. Welcome everybody. This is a little experiment that I'm going to try. I've got two people in the room with us. We've got YOLO and we've got Thierry Banks, and they're wanting to read and practice their reading. You can listen to them reading and hopefully you will get the style of their reading, and it will help you with your listening and understanding. The text will be in the room, as you can see now. So I'll scroll up to the top, and hopefully this will be useful and beneficial for people. So let's say hello to YOLO. YOLO, hello.
Yeah, hello, Steve.
We can start when you're ready. They'll read a paragraph alternately, and when there's just a couple of single lines, I'll read those. But when there's a paragraph with two or three or more lines, then they'll take it in turns. So when you're ready, YOLO.
Okay. Short story on a lost child. Steve and Bobby were inseparable. They went on walks together every day, and they played fetch in the park. Bobby loved to cuddle up with Steve on the couch, and she would always sleep at the foot of his bed.
Okay, Theory.
Okay, hello people. So here I go.
Welcome.
Steve and Bobby loved to go on walks together and play fetch in the park. They would also go on trips to the countryside sometimes, and Bobby liked to swim in the river. Steve couldn't swim unfortunately, but I was okay. She enjoyed it a lot, and Steve loved to watch her having fun and enjoying herself in the water. Bobby was always up for an adventure, and she loved spending time with her best friend.
Okay, YOLO.
One day, Steve was sitting on the couch with Bobby. She was 8 years old now, and she was still his best friend. Steve looked down at her and smiled. He knew that he would never forget her.
I love you, Bobby, Steve said. Bobby wagged her tail and licked Steve's hand. You're the best dog a man could ask for, Steve said. Bobby barked in agreement. They sat in silence for a few more minutes, just enjoying each other's company. Then Steve stood up. Come on, Bobby, he said. Let's go for a walk. YOLO.
Bobby followed Steve out of the door, and they went for a walk around the block. It was a beautiful day, and Steve was glad to be spending time with his best friend.
As they walked, Steve thought about all the good times he and Bobby had shared. They had been through a lot together, but they had always been there for each other. Steve knew that they would never forget Bobby, and he was grateful for the time they had lived together.
Good. YOLO.
Steve and Bobby continued to have many more adventures together. They went on more trips to the countryside, and Bobby swam in the river. She was always up for a challenge and loved making new memories with her best friend.
One day, Steve and Bobby were walking in the hills when they came across a lost child. The child was scared and alone, but after a short while looking, Steve and Bobby were able to find her parents. The parents were so grateful. They thanked Steve and Bobby profusely.
Very good. Well done, you're both reading really well. Steve and Bobby were just happy to help. They knew that they could always count on each other, no matter what. Steve and Bobby lived happily ever after. They had many more adventures together, and they always made each other smile. And that's very much like Bobby and me. My dog is called Bobby. Thank you both for reading. I think it'll be an interesting thing to see what response it gets on YouTube. Oh, by the way, welcome to Reba and Freya. Nice to see you both. It'll be interesting to see what response it gets, and if people like it. If they do, it might encourage them to come and do the same thing. And by doing it, you're helping other people too. So you're not just benefiting yourself. Hopefully you'll be benefiting other learners at the same time. Thank you to both of you.
Thank you,
Yes,
Steve.
no problem. Thank you. I wholeheartedly appreciate it. But can you drop your YouTube channel so that I can see when it drops?
Yeah, I'll put the link in just a second. There's a YouTube link and the link to Spotify if you don't really want the video and you just want the audio.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I'll stop the recording. We're on 6 minutes 17 seconds now, so that's just about right for most people's attention span these days. So we may do this again. We'll wait and see. Thank you.